Session 1. Picking where you all left off within the half sessions that we did earlier to kind of introduce your characters, get things kicked off, meet each other a little bit. Javid, Onyx, and Snow of the Mountain, you guys on your way from Toravir Deep along the Ashkew Path on the final day of travel towards North End. You ran into a little bit of trouble. You were late already. Got sidetracked, but continued on your way, finding yourselves in the late evening approaching Obrix's Crystal Tavern. A heavy rain has overcome the region, one of the many squalls coming in from the west. You can see as you approach North End, kind of the edges of the city start to pick up. You see houses beginning to dot the landscape, the trees growing a little bit thicker and thicker, their trunks growing wider and wider, taller and taller as you get into the town itself. There's a few passers-by here and there. An individual on a cart passes you, and he's got his hood up, kind of cracks the reins going by. See a little puff of pipe smoke comes out. If you guys want to go ahead and describe yourselves, just so we all kind of get that mental picture.
Alright, so Onyx is a dark chocolate brown for the most part throughout his fur. He's got a black mane with gray frosted tips. He is larger in stature, standing about 6 foot 6'1", about 200, 210, pretty thick. The biggest things about him visually that you can see is that he's got a spider web of electrical scars that go across his chest and up that is kind of bleached white, but they look like electrical scars, and his eyes are a violent purple color. They almost shine with a violet light. Normally wearing some kind of a skirt kilt type thing, but it's mainly linen. And he has sashes that he wraps around the upper parts of his body when needed. Mainly naked from waist up, but uses sashes to cover the upper parts of him when inclement weather and stuff like that happen. He's got a almost translucently clear piece of twisted glass on a leather cord that hangs about his neck. But other than that, he's got normal travel gear and doesn't really have weapons to note of on him that he carries.
All right.
Javid is swarthy wood elf. Picture a Saracen or a Bedouin or somebody like that wearing loose robes, a shamag wrapped around his head. Right now, DM, you said the weather is chilly and wet.
Chilly and wet. It is late fall, almost getting ready to become winter.
So Javid, being used to, born into, and physically adapted to the desert, is cold and miserable, huddled and wrapped up with a cloak and as much as he can put on, and it's not enough. The chill goes to the bone, and he hates this weather.
Standing at 6 feet tall with a lean muscular build, Snow is covered in a light gray fur with black rosettes, a little bit of white in the front. clad in light leather armor and simple traveling gear, has eyes in the color of approaching snow clouds, and absolutely is loving this cooler weather.
Dimitari, she... Was someone else talking?
As the three of you kind of round one of the corners, you spot a signpost pointing you towards Obrix's Crystal Tavern. Just as you do so, you see kind of coming up a side road towards you, off to your left, a small cart carrying three individuals. One of them, Javid, is familiar to you. Azrael, if you'd like to describe yourself.
Azrael appears to be in her mid-20s. She has dark copper hair, styled in twin tails. Her eyes are light green. Her ears are the size of an average human, yet they're slightly pointed, similar to an elf. She's a half-elf. She generally has a very dour and controlled expression. She has an athletic build. She has numerous scars, donating years of harsh combat training. She has kind of lightweight, kind of attire. It looks like it provides little combat protection, but it doesn't restrict her movement. It's in colors of shades of red and black. She stands about 5'7", and is 120 pounds. She has very, very pale skin. She has 2 sais on her back, and several throwing knives are visible kind of around her. She has several pouches and a backpack as well.
All right, and with you, there are 2 other individuals. One with wings. Would you care to describe yourself, Briar?
Briar is a giant bug of a fairy. She has the wings of an elephant beetle. Giant, fuzzy, brown, mossy wings. And when she takes off, it sounds like a tiny rotary plane going off. She has long, mossy green hair that's pretty matted and tied at her neck in with a leather strap. She has iridescent green eyes that glow out of her face. And she's deep tan. She's meant to blend into the swamp, but her eyes kind of give her away a little bit. She wears simple leather armor, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, and Dimitari, sitting in the cart with your 2 companions.
Yeah, so Dimitari, she's got a tall, thin frame, long, thick black hair that goes past her shoulders. She tends to wear darker clothing to hide the appearance of blood for her work, and always has her sleeves neatly cuffed to prevent them catching on various things. She basically makes sure her look isn't too extravagant. She tries not to draw any attention in that way. She has pale gray eyes, and around her neck she wears a crystal that's very dark purple. And you'll notice her always carrying a spellbook close by. That is probably the only bright thing on her, which is a royal blue in color.
Right. Your 2 parties grow closer and closer and arrive outside of Obrix's Crystal Tavern. The tavern is fairly large, about 3 stories high, built into the trunk of one of the massive ash trees that are endemic to this side of the Whispering Wood. Flickering lights and the sound of merriment emanate from the haphazardly placed windows. As you approach the well-worn metal door... as you approach the establishment, the well-worn metal door opens, and a tall Redford Firbolg stoops through the doorway. Under his arm is a small, unconscious halfling. As he approaches the small gate onto the premises, he kind of almost steps over it directly, tips his head to the rest of you, says hello, excuse me, and walks off into the rainy evening.
Well, this must be the sort of joint where you can partake to excess and then get a firbolg to carry you home. That's the kind of service I like.
Quick question. So, is this as we're coming back from killing the lizard person? Or is this the next night?
This is coming back from killing the lizard person.
Awesome. Okay.
So you were supposed to meet Casimir Ovan today, basically, but with Javid late, you decided to get some work and figured you would meet them that evening.
Okay, so this is us on our way back. So we have the sheep meat and look like we, we're in a fight. Got it.
Yes. In fact,
And-
oh shit. Keep going.
I'm going to say our party also looks a little beaten up. Several of us having gotten mauled.
Snow definitely looking worse for wear.
Right. I think both Snow and Onox got bashed a bit hard.
Do we have the lizard body with us still?
Yeah, pretty sure you threw it in the back of the cart.
There's a lizard body that's tied up with rope and maybe, kind of slightly cleaned up. Maybe it looks a little weird. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I'm not even fazed by it.
So, I don't recall. Was I expecting to meet Azrael here?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you're running late. You're about a day late.
Oh.
So she might say, "You're late."
Yeah. Traffic on the path, horrendous.
Are these your recruits?
These are. Allow me to introduce our new boon companions, Onyx, and gesturing, and Snow of the Mountain.
I've got
Okay.
two spears on my back too.
And you guys are pretty beat up.
Oh yeah, I got blood like coming out of my mouth. That's like dry. I'm like,
Got some cuts over my eyes, blood running down the side of my face.
Well, they're still
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
This is Demetari and Briar.
These are the best you could do?
Killed the
So
lizard.
good to meet you.
Okay,
Yeah, I
but
think
a lizard, come on. We faced a white dragon, I'll have you know.
You know that's not true.
Actually, we did.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure. And Javid, you feel free to roll a check as appropriate for that as well.
Can he roll for the truth?
Never know.
I rolled pretty bad, so I'm pretty just like whatever.
It's a fairly outlandish statement, and he is not very persuasive.
But,
Briar volunteered to cook.
are we cooking the lizard man?
No, that would be awful. Yeah, no, they did some weird shit to his body too. You don't want that. But
lizard people eat
There's some sheep.
lizards and people, but people don't eat lizard people.
I mean, lizards have good meat. Didn't know what we were cooking up.
Did I give you the sheep already, Briar? I think
Yeah,
I handed
yeah.
it to you.
Yeah, and I've got some carrots and potatoes. It's gonna be good.
I also hand you some grounded up chili pepper, and be liberal.
I'm gonna take Snow under his arm and go inside of the tavern to get out of the weather.
All right. Yes.
I'm gonna accept and kind of limp in.
All right. Are the rest of you guys also heading inside? All right. Parking the.
Yeah, see to getting the cart.
Yeah, parking the cart and heading towards the door. As you approach the door, an older halfling in a mud-stained cloak kind of presses it open partway, steps out, his face sour. A shout follows him out. "I'll be here all 10 day, ready to take more of your coin," followed by laughter. Kind of stops for a moment, sizing up the 6 of you. Shakes his head. "Maybe you'll have better luck with it than I," and he kind of flicks a gold coin in your way.
I catch it.
Alright, you catch the golden coin and says, "Good evening." Gives you a wink, throws his hood up, and shuffles past you down to the road.
Well, if this is how everyone's greeted, I'll make a practice of coming here more often. Get gold every time you come to the door.
Alright. You step out of the cold fall evening and into the warm and loud tavern. Amongst the numerous patrons, you notice, to your right, an eclectic group of travelers gathered around a pair of bars, the 2 of them singing Getharest's The Maid of Thalassa, while the rest painfully howl the tune and forget the words. To your left, you see a table of 4 halflings, 3 of them asleep in front of their empty pint glasses, the 4th attempting to finish the last few gulps. At the bar, an elf and a dwarf are engaged in a heated conversation while the barkeep refills their glasses. A half-orc tavern maid passes your party carrying a tray of ales. "Have a seat anywhere, dearies, and I'll be by to take your order, okay?" Suddenly a massive Goliath leaps up from his chair in front of her, letting out a deep belly laugh. He catches her in the side, and the tray of glasses crashes to the floor. The music and conversation pauses for a brief moment before picking back up.
Can I try to snag a glass before it tips
Same.
over?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I went in on that.
She's probably a few feet away from you guys. If you're standing right at the doorway, you would probably not be quite close enough.
Okay, saw that happen right as we opened the door.
I'm pretty observant. I might have seen that about to happen.
You can certainly try. Go ahead and give me an acrobatic. Unfortunately, she is too far away. Probably, 15 feet away from you from the door. Let me put the rest of you.
That's not even half my speed.
Alright. Can you guys all see
Yep.
the tavern?
Cannot move my token, but I can
No.
see everybody.
Try now.
It's a gray screen for me. Do I
The gray
reload or
screen for me,
something?
too. Oh, there it is.
If you guys have bad internet, this room is going to mess you guys.
I like that half of us are near death.
There. Can everybody see now, or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything's good on my end.
So Azrael is going to go up to the bar and order a glass of wine with chili peppers.
Alright. That'll run you 2 silver. We can start a tab.
And she just pushes the 2 silver.
We've got
And-
a fresh set of wines in from Etalon if you're interested.
I'll take it.
Very well.
All right, set up a tab for the party.
Sounds good. He kind of starts pouring the wine, and he's, what about the rest of your friends?
I want an ale in a bowl.
I'll take an ale in a glass.
All right.
Right.
An ale
Wine
in a
for me.
bowl. Begins serving up the drinks in bowls and setting them out for you guys. Demetari, Briar, and Azriel, you guys were here last night, so you do have rooms, and you are kind of familiar-ish with it. So you do know they serve food.
Is there a common area I could cook, or would I have to go back outside to cook something?
Yeah, they don't really have a common cooking area. There's a back where they cook, but
Can we just commandeer, like, because I mean, sheep
certainly try.
sounds delicious with, you know, stolen potatoes, carrots.
Turned. Heck yeah, it's gonna be delicious. All right, I'm gonna
As-
go ask.
Azrael, have you like how do you put your little pepper in your wine? What I notice?
I mean, she's not hiding it. It's just like grounded up chili pepper.
So what's that about? Does that increase flavor? What
It tastes better with a little extra spice.
can I try?
Sure.
Ask the barkeep. How much for a room? 2 beds.
It's pretty cheap here. It won't run you more than silver a night.
Onyx, you want to split a room?
Yeah, I'll split one with you. Do we have a table, or is everybody just kind of like sitting at the bar right now?
There's a table you guys could sit. So looking, you guys can see what appears to be the source of the the shouting and the fellow who was swindled out of his coin earlier. At one of the tables, they appear to be playing a betting game.
All right, I'm gonna get my ale in my bowl, and I'm gonna step up into the chair with my feet on the seat part, and I'm gonna crouch down on the chair.
Do a Slavic squat.
Yeah, so basically, like, sits on his heels in the seat of the chair instead of sitting down.
I give him a side eye but say nothing.
I'm gonna collapse into a chair and look at him and be like, "You're lucky that chair holds your weight."
You're not much lighter than I am.
I can only see one other character token. Several of the NPC
see.
tokens, but
I think I see everyone. We're over at the table, not the bar. Maybe that's why.
I can see your mouse points, but I can only see the bug.
The,
Does your
David
characters
and,
have vision?
Ezreal.
Like, do your tokens have vision set up?
That is.
So there's like the little settings on your token, and you go to vision. So it'll have like a distance. So like dim vision, bright vision. Maybe that's why.
His settings are identical to yours.
And I don't know why.
looking at the vision stuff, it says default. Should be fine. Yeah, I only see two other playable characters.
Ah, interesting.
Is that better?
Yes. So the issue with the vision stuff is that only one of you has, only a handful of you have dark vision, so.
Oh.
But should that matter in the tavern?
Yeah, well,
That's
I've put
weird.
lights all over the place. I don't really know why they're not.
Well, I was thinking vision, maybe they don't have it set up for bright light, but I don't know why they could only see some of
No.
us.
Right, exactly. Why would
Everybody
Briar
at this table
show up
or
for
at
me,
the,
but
is everybody's tokens around this table or at the bar?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's around the table except for Javiv, who's at the bar, which is where my mouse is right now.
Yeah, I see him at the bar and you at the table, and that's it.
Hmm.
Oh, good. Crash Discord. Discord crashed. I don't know if it crashed for anybody else.
no.
No, not for me. Sad boy, you talking?
Yep, can you hear me?
Can now. I just saw your frame light up, but I didn't hear anything.
I'm trying to figure out this stupid account setup because I was using Haley's for Discord.
What you guys can see now. I think I refreshed it, so.
I can see everything.
It's loading.
Yeah, I've got everything too. Do you have dark vision, Crystal?
Yeah, I do.
Should
I don't
not
have
be dim light though, so that's doesn't make any sense. To me.
Yeah, the sources should be. I think the only two who don't have dark vision are Briar and Demetari.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision and I can see everything just fine.
That's
Well,
what I was
you did
thinking.
say-
It was like a bright, like they didn't have it set up for bright.
Well, you did say if they didn't have good enough internet, the tavern would mess up.
Oh, that is true.
It could
two
be the
people who are
internet.
having issues are the people with the bad internet.
Because, like, Reagan and I, everything's loaded and everything looks just fine.
Same.
Yeah, really good internet, so it could just be an internet issue.
Maybe. I have decent internet.
What do you mean by decent? I mean, you are in Hawaii.
I don't know. Like, how many pings is good?
So I have like
Less than
400
100.
mags. Yeah, if you have less than 100, you probably would have an issue.
I think I have that. I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, we've got the 1200 from Xfinity.
That is way more than you will ever need.
Oh, I know, but they gave it to me for the same price as the lower package.
Uh,
They're having some kind of deal where I was going in to get the 400, and they were like, "Well, if you get the 1200, it'll be the same price as the 400, and it'll be locked in for 3 years."
good.
So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Full send on more internet than I could ever use.
Better to have it, not need it, and then need it, and not have it.
I think for video chats, usually you want about 100 megs. 400's good if you have multiple people in the household or you're doing like kind of some
Alright, can
heavy
you guys
stuff.
see everything now?
Yep.
Yes, I still see everything.
Javid.
Can only see Briar.
Alright, there's
That was
something
pretty
wrong with your
good.
thing because there's no vision. You guys should see the entire map. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
I've got the entire map.
I mean, it's fine. It's just a tavern. We can.
Alright. What are you guys doing? They brought you drinks. They have.
I'm going to wander over to the bar to see if I can figure out what the heated conversation between elf and dwarf is going on.
Alright.
Like, go up, wait for a refill, quote unquote, on my drink.
Okay.
Hey, DM, can you say something?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
DM, I don't think.
He's talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. His says it's loading, and Dimitari says it's loading.
Why don't you try like backing out of
Discord.
Discord and backing back in? I've had that issue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting some screen issues too, so it might be Discord.
Could you hear Liam when he was talking earlier?
I could.
Yeah, I can hear everyone just fine. I just can't
Hello,
see
can you hear me?
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear again. My bad. Okay, guess it was just that issue.
Okay.
Yeah. Reagan, I would try Discord back, just logging out, logging back in real quick. It'll probably fix your issue.
I need a drink to be able to deal with you guys.
This is not us.
It's not even that real.
But we can
I'm on
start.
About it. Yeah, like I don't need to see people's faces. It's fine.
Okay, so Ox is going over to investigate.
Alright. You approach the elf and the dwarf, and they appear to be discussing the numerical values of kills. One of them has apparently killed a giant spider in a combat recently, and is trying to convince the other that it should count more than one goblin.
Which one killed the spider?
The elf. It is much larger and more difficult to kill, therefore it should count as multiple. No, that still only counts as one.
One beating heart stopped is one kill, am I right? And I kind of elbow the dwarf.
Exactly, this guy gets it. The elf kind of... I would not expect you to understand the intricacies of things based on the education system in Toravir Deep. And the dwarf's like, what's that supposed to mean? They just kind of grumble at each other and look over at you, Onyx. Yeah, you killed anything big? Still counts as one?
Well, it didn't have a beating heart as far as I knew because it kind of exploded, but it was built of snow. It was a snowman of sorts. It hurt a lot.
You fought a snowman, like a child's constructed snowman? Are you sure you didn't ruin some fun for some kids or something?
Well, I mean, it was in that downed airship just a few miles outside of town, and it came at us pretty hard and beat us up pretty good, me and my compatriot, and I point over at Snow, who's still, like, bleeding a little bit.
They
But
both of them give you like really quizzical looks, and the barkeep, who's just like a couple feet away, he's like half listening. He suddenly starts like fully listening. He's like, What do you mean crashed airship? There's been an airship in these parts in years."
Well, there's one in the woods that's no longer in the air, a few miles outside of town. I don't know, we saw it go down, tried to check to see if anybody was still alive. There wasn't, except for the snowman.
Huh. The elf and the dwarf kind of look at each other, and you see they've got like packs underneath their chairs, like adventuring packs, a few weapons kind of strapped down there. The two of them just kind of like pick their packs up and "Thank you, friend." And one of them places reaches out and kind of hands you a gold piece, and they both head out of the bar.
Before they leave, I'll be like, I don't know if you want to go. It kind of burnt to a crisp, and we took everything there was of note there. And there also might be larger things that might come back for it.
Wait, what do you mean larger thing?
Scaly, white, big, flies.
What, like a dragon?
Yeah, like a dragon.
They both kind of look at each other and head out the door.
I slide the gold piece across the bar to the barkeep and say, well, put this on the tab.
Very well, sir. Some more ales coming out.
I go back to the table with all the drinks that he gives.
Alright, you hear a few more shouts from the table where they're playing, and one of the guys like reaching across and like sliding gold coins towards himself. "It's a game of chance, and none of you are good at it."
As I get back to the table, I'm going to look at Snow. You want to take a chance? We got free gold, might as well burn it.
Yeah, we can take a chance, but I lean close and I whisper, we should keep the talk about the airship down and mayhap travel back ourselves in a few days once the fires quit burning.
Am I not supposed to talk about what I see?
Not when it could lead to reclamation of some valuable materials.
Alright, you probably should have told me that before we came to town.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna go spouting off across the whole bar, but let's go play a game of chance.
We get up and go to the table.
Alright. At the table, you see they're playing a dice game that you both would actually probably be... Go ahead and give me history checks. Onyx, you're probably familiar with it, having spent a little bit more time in cities, I think, than Snow. You would recognize what they're playing as Evandra's Favor. It's just a dice game of chance. what you guys can see is they are betting 1 gold pieces, so pretty relatively low buy-in compared to some more high-stakes games.
I perch in the chair across from the guy that seems to be leading it, and say, "You got room for another player?"
All right. So looking around the table, you see it's about 5 or so human and half-elf fellows. They're all like kind of grimy and dirty. They're wearing like leather armor. They look like kind of like mercenary type fellas. Kind of looks at you. He's like, "Have you got coin? Have we got plenty of room if you've got coin?"
I put down 5 gold.
That's a good buy-in. All right. Go ahead and roll your dice, and he kind of skitters a couple of dice across. It's 2d6. You would be familiar with the rules. So the rules are: place your bet, roll a 2d6. If you roll a 7 or a 12, you win. If you lose, you can choose to double your bet and then roll an additional d6. Unlucky fellow. Right off the bat. And he kind of reaches across and like he's like about to slide your gold coins towards himself.
I didn't see you roll. Why do you get the pot?
I mean, you're kind of like betting against yourself, basically. He kind of slides it into the pot, basically.
The main pot?
Yeah. Snow, would you like to participate?
Alright, I guess I'll give it a go as I slump into a chair and I put 2 gold pieces on the table.
Go ahead and roll 2d6.
How do I roll multiple on? Does he give me the option if I just press the D6 on D&D Beyond? It's been a while since I've done multiple
Click
rolls.
it twice, it'll add 2.
Got it.
A little too high, friend. And he kind of pushes your gold towards the center. You're welcome to keep playing if you like. What are the rest of you guys doing?
So Azrael is going to kind of slide the wine glass with the very, very hot ground chili peppers to Demetari for her to try. And she's kind of not even like waiting for a reaction. She's pulling out her poetry book to get ready to start reading.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. Did you already take a sip of yours? And did I see that you had like no reaction?
I've not taken the sip yet. No, I ordered it and you asked to try it, so I was gonna give it to you.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll. I think I would take a pretty good swallow, I guess. Let's see how that goes.
Very hot. Very, very, very hot.
It like burns your mouth just like a few moments after you drink.
Okay, I'm going to probably take another drink and be like, you know what? I'll take a little bit. Not quite as much as you put in there, but that's not bad.
The spice is always good.
I think Javid would be used to spicy food as well, and ask for a pinch of chili powder in his ale. Offers his glass up. Azrael, if you would be such a good pal.
Yeah, you would know. Well, I ordered it from the bar, but you would know Azrael always puts always has red hot chili pepper or grinded peppers on her, and always puts it in all of her food. You would know that just from like knowing her. But yeah.
So I have a question about the whole beer spill. Was the Goliath that made her was that like hostile? Was it an accident?
He just like bumped into her. He like stood up too fast and kind of like knocked her over. He's just a big guy, and she's not quite as large.
And nobody else got concerned about that. It probably just calling out about clumsy and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
somebody like shouted at him like, "You idiot! Watch where you're going." But that was the end of it. Nobody was really too concerned about. And there was no hard feelings. She wasn't mad at him or anything, and he sat back down. He got a little too excited, basically.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
And we're looking to meet Casimir Ivan. Is that here or
It is here.
where? All right. So, do I know Casimir by sight?
You have a description.
All right. So I'm looking around for somebody meeting the description.
All right. He looks like he is a human. He's apparently short, and he wears glasses and carries a lot of books. You don't. Give me a perception check. You do not see anyone by his description. In fact, it looks mostly to be probably local villagers for the most part. There's a few guys who look like adventurers. There's some guys who look like mercenaries who are at the table playing the game. But other than that, nothing.
I'm gonna say, well, thanks for the opportunity. I'm gonna stagger to my feet and work my way back to the table. Who's still at the table?
With your party.
Yeah, party.
So Azrael, Damatari, Javid, you didn't get up, right? You're still sitting at the table?
No, I'm still at the table. I'm nursing my ale and trying to get the lay of the room to see who's friendly, neutral, hostile, and where the Casimir might be.
You don't see him. So at the middle table where they're playing the dice game, where Snow and Onyx were just betting with them. They look like they might be kind of like rough guys. You would be able to tell, kind of looking at them, that they are definitely guys who probably make a living doing like bodyguarding or mercenary work, essentially. But they don't look like they're aggressive, and they're not paying you guys any attention at all.
Anybody else in the room paying attention to us, and more than just the casual? There's a bunch over in the corner.
Yeah, not really.
What'd you say, Emily?
Outside, get the food together because I figure they're not gonna let me use the cooking supplies in here.
Well, you didn't ask.
That's true, but let's go outside, get it done.
So I wanted
You
to
could ask.
Fine. So I'll flag down the barkeep. Hey, do you mind if I? And then I hold up the meat. Say, can I cook this in here?
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
I will let you do it with advantage. You look very friendly, and you look like you might need some help, considering I think you got hit, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
But my buddies did. My buddy did.
Yeah, it's just in the back, dearie. Around the corner there.
Thank you. And I'm gonna flutter back there.
All right.
Done.
I'm gonna follow her, not to help cook, but to see if there's some kind of wash basin to get the stomach entrail stuff off my hands.
There is a wash basin in the back. It's a pretty much full cooking setup. There's a middle-aged human back there who's like chopping some meat, and he kind of looks up at you and blinks. And then he just kind of goes back to like chopping the meat and like sliding it into a thing and shoveling it into a pan and like frying it up. Paying you no
I'll look
mind.
at her, she follows me and be like, I'll look at her, she follows me and say, yeah, you're gonna have to take care of that before you come in here.
Yeah, I don't particularly like staying dirty. No. But as I am washing my hands in the basin, I am talking to the guy chopping meat and just asking, hey, what kind of meat is that?
Beef.
Nice. Do you guys have like a farm around here, or do you have
Yeah.
people bring that? Sweet. Not just keep on washing my hands.
He's just like chopping. He takes out some onions and he starts chopping them up. He like
So
you
I'm
see
not-
his like nose runs and he just like wipes it on the back of his hand and then he keeps chopping.
Is the blade, does it seem pretty sharp?
Yeah, it's sharp. It's sharp enough that he's like going right through it. The cleaver.
I don't know what kind of sharpening tools you use, but could I borrow that? I've got a dagger here that's getting kind of dull.
Sure. And he kind of points off to one side and you see like a little whetstone set up by the sink.
I'm going to attempt to sharpen my dagger.
See, he like pulls up his apron and he sneezes into it, and then he wipes his hands off on the apron and goes back to chopping.
So I'm gonna make it back to the table and collapse into a seat. So Javid and Azrael, are you still at the table?
Yeah, Azrael is reading her poetry book, so she's really not paying attention. She has a book of elven poetry, and she's just sipping her wine and just reading her book.
All right. I'm gonna kind of lean to Javid and Onyx kind of let loose to the bar, but depending on what we want to do, we might behoove us to go check out the remains of the airship. Brimstone is the thing that powers those, and it doesn't burn.
That's certainly worth considering. Depends on whether we meet our contact anytime soon. We're already behind schedule, and I don't know how particular Casimir is going to be about our timing.
I mean, it is what it is. If we have the time, we should double back, I would say. I think it would be financially beneficial, but I mean, it would be probably another, 2 days for us to get back here a day.
Alright. The barmaid comes over. Says, would you all like anything to eat? I know your friend is over there cooking something up.
Sounds good to me.
What can I get you? We've got a number of meats, and we've got some cheeses, bread, crackers, anything of the sort. We have a nice soup.
Kitchen
Oh.
anywhere close to the table?
Say again.
Is the kitchen anywhere close to the table?
It's what is that? It's like pretty far. It's like completely the other side of the tavern.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I want to hear this. Okay, that's
No.
Wine.
Sure, dearie, more wine.
With peppers.
Absolutely. Very interesting choice you've made. And then she kind of looks at the rest of you. Refills?
Yes, another round.
At that point, I'm gonna like walk up behind her and perch in the chair next to her, sit down at the table.
Oh, my. And looks at you and makes a face, and then she turns and heads over to the bar and starts talking to the bar.
As I'm sharpening the dagger, I am prestidigitating all of the cooking stuff that Briar's using after noticing all the snot. It's all getting cleaned.
Okay. You're just like
Even
waving
noticing
your
this one,
hand
I'm
and
in the zone.
all right. So Briar, go ahead and give me a check with your cooking tools, I guess. I'm not super familiar with how that.
Gave her.
I take requests. I'm using them.
As I sit back down at the table, I look at Javid. When are we supposed to, like, what are we doing here? I know you said we were supposed to meet up with someone, but when is that supposed to be?
We were supposed to be here a day ago. You're supposed to meet us here. I would expect it may be in the morning. We look around to see if there's another spot in this little burg for, and I don't know, maybe ask around. But for tonight, just keep an eye out for a short human wearing glasses and point him out if you spot him.
Why don't you ask?
I'm gonna look around the bar. Do I see him?
Give me a perception check. You do not. The loudest and most boisterous of individuals are the mercenaries you saw at the middle table. Other than that, there's a few villagers. Not really anybody else of note in the
Have we talked-
tavern. There is an upstairs portion, but you can kind of see all the tables in that section. And there's like maybe 3 guys up there, and it's not anyone that meets the description of Casimir.
Javid, have we talked to the barkeep to see if he's seen him?
No, that's a good idea. We should try that.
I'll stand up and walk up to the barkeep to ask him if he's seen someone matching the description come through here recently.
The barkeep kind of, as he's filling up one of your ales and slides it across to you. Nah, mate, sorry, haven't seen anybody like that. Doesn't sound familiar. Those bookish types from the cities don't stick around long here.
So you haven't seen any bookish types roll through the tavern as of late?
Nah, not for a week or 2.
Good to know. I'm gonna go sit back down at the table and tell him the barkeep hasn't seen any bookish types roll through here in a couple of weeks.
As you sit down at the table, the door opens. A small human man, he's maybe around 5'3", 5'4", opens the door. He's kind of like messy brown hair that's like wet and like falling down around his face. Little glasses that are like dripping with water. Kind of steps inside, blinks a little bit at the light, takes the glasses off and kind of wipes them off on his cloak, but the cloak is still wet. He's like, "Oh, drat!" And kind of shuffles over to the bar.
Immediately stand up, point at him, and go, "I found him."
He doesn't notice that at all. Sits at the bar and begins like going through one of his pouches. He like sets a little book out on the table, sets down a few like loose coins, kind of like pushes them towards the other side of the bar. The barkeep's just kind of like watching him, and he starts talking to the barkeep. And you guys are just watching him from your table.
Did he come in with anyone?
Came in all alone.
I'll get up, move over to the bar, sit down next to him, just a casual, guy going to the bar kind of move, and then sort of voce the Casimir.
He, as you sit down, the barkeep's, "Your room key, sir," and he kind of puts a key on the table, slides it towards him. Top of the stairs, all the way in the back on the right. Or, sorry, the left. And the, Casimir's like, oh, thank you, sir. Pockets the key and turns and he says, oh, I'm sorry, sir, I didn't see you sit down next. He's got this, like, large, like, overfilled backpack slung over one shoulder. You can see, like, scrolls poking out of it that are, like, wet and kind of drooping a little bit. Excuse me, and he kind of starts to move up the stair. Towards the stairs.
I'm gonna let him go. Let him get to his room, and then make a nod. Was it Snow or Onyx who was talking to Javid?
I believe both of them were, but it was Onyx that was keeping an eye out, I think. Or Snow was.
All right. So I'll head back to the table and say, I think our contact has come. I don't want to make a big production out of it, depending on how excitable he is. Onyx, why don't you join me? We'll introduce ourselves up in his room. Everyone else, just keep your ears open.
I'm with you. I step down out of the chair.
All right. Briar, can I get you to give me your roll with the cooking tools, cooking skills?
Yeah. I'm actually going for a shepherd's pie this evening. Let's see.
I'm gonna get up with Javid and Onyx and be like, alright, I'm gonna go to the room and I'm gonna sleep because I'm exhausted. Wake me if there's anything that you need help with.
Right, yep. Let you know if anything needs attending to, but turn in. It might be an exciting day tomorrow.
My thoughts exactly.
All right. So the three of you head upstairs, trailing after Kazim.
Right. Surreptitiously, not making a production that we are following him, just like, well, we're going up to the room.
So I will say, I will allow you guys to consider this as part of a short rest. You guys have probably been here about an hour at least. So if you guys want to count this as a short rest, go ahead. And Briar, specifically for you, for your chef special food, you can say that you cooked food for all of the individuals using the tools of the tavern and the sheep, the mutton you had.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to roll the cook's utensils. It's
So,
under tools, but
so you have to add them onto your skills. So if you go under your skills, you can add a custom tool, and then you can just add it in there. But it should be in the thing if you want to do it right now. I think it's just your proficiency because you're proficient with it, plus whatever the skill is with the cooking tools. I don't remember offhand.
it is. Actually, I don't know.
Normally for tools, it's whatever check the DM wants, plus proficiency bonus.
I would say,
Under it, it says increase your constitution or wisdom by 1. And then you have proficiency with cook's tools if you don't already have it.
So most tool checks, unlike like thieves' tools, are very obviously dex, but most tool proficiencies, depending on what you're doing, is normally a modifier that the DM asked for, plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I'm gonna give those as an int. And we'll say you're proficient. Actually, we'll call
Mine's
it.
intelligence?
We'll call it dexterity. We'll call it dexterity.
Yeah, I feel like dexterity would make more sense for cooking. So whatever your dex mod is, plus your proficiency, which I think is 2 right now.
So I will say I wasn't familiar with how the chef special food worked, and this says as part of the short rest you can just cook. There's no roll required, and it basically just says up to 6 creatures for each one per short rest. You can choose that they gain an additional 1d8 hit points.
And make special snacks. I can make 4, and it'll give them temporary 4 points.
Alright. So do you want to just roll a d8?
Sure. I can't just say, hey, I cooked.
You do have to roll just so everyone gains the
Oh,
whatever the
yeah,
hit
that
points.
makes sense. Okay. Sorry, they just got back from fishing.
Did they catch anything?
They did not, I don't think. Y'all catch anything?
Nope, but I saw the shark that took the bait.
Oh, well, that's something.
There was sharks.
There were sharks, and one of them took his bait. Anyway, so...
Mama, Papa this game is off his back.
Nice.
Should just be a d8.
Yeah, I rolled it, did it not, Chip? See.
I do not see it.
Well, dang.
I took
Yeah, let me do it again.
Hold on, hold
Papa, somebody took the bait.
Roll to everyone. 1d8.
on. I don't see it in the game log. Oh, there it is.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, my bad.
You're talking really loud next to you?
All right,
The
so
first
it would
one
be
was
a
8, the
4.
second one was 4.
Oh, so I see what you did. I think you clicked the d8, but it didn't roll it, and then you clicked it again, and then it rolled.
Yeah. Well, it says send to everyone.
Okay. All right, so everyone who just gained hit points, whoever that was, you guys would gain an additional 4 hit points.
This was for the eating of the food, though.
Briar comes back out and along with Dimitari, and gives you guys food. This is right around the time where Casimir comes in and then heads up to his room.
So what
Alright,
is
so
that
I'm-
for temporary?
These are straight hit points. These are just regular old hit points.
We
All right. Javid, Onyx, and Snow. You guys head upstairs.
Yeah, Snow's going to the room that we're splitting, and me and Javid are going to Casimir's room.
Alright, so you guys watch Casimir kind of like around the balcony. You guys from downstairs can see this as well, looking up, that he, up to the top of the stairs, along the balcony to the other side, and then kind of disappears behind the corner. Heads into the back with the 3 of you kind of following him, because all the rooms are in that direction.
All right, so I'll note which door he goes into, and go up and tap lightly.
kind of just a few moments after he closes the door, you kind of give it a couple raps, and then it opens back up, and Casimir kind of blinks at you through his glasses. Sorry, can I help you?
Yes, you may be one whom I seek. We are looking for Casimir Ovan. Was told that you had a task for us.
Oh, yes, that's me.
I am Javid.
Oh, nice to meet you, Javid. And he kind of opens the door the rest of the way and throws his hand out for a big, big, warm handshake.
I will take his hand and shake it heartily in the manner with which it was delivered.
Oh, excellent. Nice to meet you. And you are, sir. And he kind of reaches over towards Onyx.
Shake his hand as well, squeezing just a little bit uncomfortably hard, and say, "I'm Onyx."
Excellent to meet you as well. And he kind of shakes his hand and squeezes it. Now, I've just dropped my things off, but let's go back downstairs. I was told there would be 6 of you. I only see the 2.
No, the rest are here. Some down in the kitchen, or rather at the table, having dinner, and but we are all assembled.
Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent.
Unless you need to meet all of us at once.
Might be best, I think, to cover some of the, basically what we're going to be going over here for a little bit, where we're headed and that sort of thing. And I'm just very excited about all this stuff to get to know you guys. You're all trained professionals and whatnot, so I expect a lot out of you.
You will not be disappointed. And as we turn and head back downstairs, I'll rap on the door and let Snow know that we're meeting.
It's been like 30 seconds. You have not rested at all. And yeah, he like kind of like he's got a little bit of pep in his step and heads back downstairs with the 3.
I limp my ass back down to the tavern.
How do I get my character on the board?
Your character was on the board.
Well, I don't see it now.
It's sitting right next to.
Oh, he was on the other map. Where's the map for upstairs?
Right, which didn't load anything because I wasn't on the. So you cannot switch scenes until something.
It's telling you can't switch scenes because I'm trying to pull you to the scene that we're all on.
All right, it's loading.
All right.
I got forcibly pulled.
Where is Briar? There she is.
Came out of the kitchen and sat at the table.
All right. The 3 of you down there, Briar, Azriel, and Demetari, you guys see coming down the stairs a grumpy-looking Snow, your friends Javid and Onyx, and Casimir kind of comes down the stairs, and he's very excited. He's like, "I'm just terribly excited to tell all of you about what I've got in store for all of us. Seats, please." And then he kind of turns around and heads over to the bar and slides a couple silver pieces across. And may I have an ale, please? Fill it up and hand it to him. He takes a big old pint and kind of sits down at the chair with you all. All right, so what have they told you all exactly about what we're here to do?
Why don't you start from the beginning so that we're all on the same page?
All right. My name is Casimir Ovan, and I am with the Everhold Institute. Been doing a bit of research here and there. I spent a few years in Tidesgate visiting the libraries there. I'm just terribly excited to say that... how familiar are you all with the Calamity? Anyone? And he kind of points at all of you. Anyone know anything at all, I suppose?
Quick question. Do I recognize him with my work with the Institute?
No. No, you don't know.
I don't even look up from my book. Like I'm still just reading, and I'm just kind of like, I just nod that I don't know, but I'm still really not looking at him.
All right. Kind of looks at you for a second and just... before the pre-calamity, from what we have learned, there were once great flying cities and magocracies and all kinds of wonderful artifacts that they had in their time. And we, at the Everhold Institute, have made it our mission to recover some of these things. We've done a lot of work within the Causerein Hills, but I very specifically was doing research into attempting to identify where we might locate larger, more valuable things. Specifically, if we could find where these cities were. They were destroyed in the calamity and whatnot, but if it was possible to find their remains, there could still be a great number of treasures to be recovered, things that would set us forward decades in terms of the world rebuilding itself post-calamity. Takes a big swig of his beer and, oh, that's strong. Excuse me. And I did a great bit of research, and I seem to have discovered what might be a trove. I was able to plot dig site locations across the Causerein Hills. And what I identified was there was a pattern, and I suspect that under the Causerein Hills, in portions of the Underdark, there might be paths and ways to get at larger troves of things. That is essentially what you all will be accompanying me to do.
So as I understand, the floating cities crashed. How do you think they got, or the artifacts from the crashed cities got into the Underdark?
It's a bit of a muddy situation, and pardon the pun, but a lot of the earth was kind of churned during the calamity, and things that were flying ended up deep underground. So our intent is to recover them. As you all may know, there are a large number of broomstone digging operations and mining operations across Marquette and southern Marquette in specific. And our attempt is...
Is that what you're after?
Less specifically, although broomstone dig locations are what my main focus on research was. Locations of broomstone, especially larger pieces, points us closer towards where we might find the cities. The cities themselves were lifted by massive, 1,000-kilogram pieces of broomstone, and the broomstone digs we find here or there might find them in small pieces here and there, but that's not really what we're after.
Oh, wait. Is this a broomstone? I'm gonna whip it out of my pocket. My little rock I picked up.
It is. Oh, that is just delightful that you're familiar with what I'm talking about. Good to know I found some experts.
Yeah,
So what is your intention with these artifacts?
Mostly just scouting. What? I actually don't have it written. What are your passive perception?
16.
Hold on.
12.
15.
Hold your.
12.
All right, Briar, what is yours?
13.
All right, and Azrael?
16.
Demetari, what's yours?
12.
Javid?
15.
Snow?
12.
And Anna.
10.
Onyx is paying attention. Alright. Azrael, even though you were only looking in your book and not paying very close attention, you do notice one of the mercenaries has come over from the table, kind of on the bar behind your table, and is ordering a beer, but he is listening in on your conversation.
I'm gonna pull one of my throwing knives and just without no hesitation be like, mind your own business.
He kind of just throws his hands up. The barkeep slides the beer across, and he doesn't even reach for it. He just backs up towards the table where the other guys are talking. Casimir continues, anyway, really my intention just is to, take these, I've brought with me a number of maps detailing specific locations where my intent is to do a little bit of digging, just kind of some light scouting and surveying, and then after that we can continue on. I don't expect it to take more than a month. My understanding is the pay that you were was something on the order of a gold piece a day? I'm sorry, I'm not terribly familiar with whatever deal the Everhold Institute had with the Fortune Hunter.
So at this point, I lean in, and I also work for the Institute.
Oh, well,
or
excellent.
have in the past, at least. I'm gonna whisper the next part. If you were after Broomstone, we just encountered a crashed airship, which I know uses as propulsion and the ability to fly. It's about a day from here, I believe. I look at Onyx pointedly at this point. Mayhap 2 adventurers are onto it already, but there is a source of it not a day from here.
So what you would know is that it wasn't a day, it was like only a few hours back on the road, like not that far at all.
So it's not that far at all. It's only a few hours back up the road.
Well, really, Broomstone, especially just, you say a fallen sky ship, kind of odd to see something like that here. But no, that's not really what I'm interested in. I'm trying to locate these lost cities. That's what I'm after, you know, with these maps. And as soon as he says that, all of you can see standing up at the middle table, the mercenaries standing up, and the big one who is running the game kind of bellows, "Maps, huh?" I need all of you guys to roll for initiative.
I bet it was the real Slim Shady.
Oh, now you're back.
Sorry,
Yep,
what was
there
that?
he is.
Right. So you said
We
somebody
are
stood up, and that was
that's
it.
All right, at the table with the betting and the other mercenaries, the leader stands up and kind of loudly across the tavern, "Maps, huh?" And I need all of you to roll for initiative.
Mind?
Damn it.
Damn, Onyx.
I mean, it was a 20 and then it wasn't.
So which one was it at this table?
The leader.
That one.
That one. Got it.
All right. All right. Begin combat. Snow, it is your... All of them have stood up,
Oh.
and you can see that the big, like, thug, the leader, is, like, pulled out a big fucking mace. The bandits next to him are, like, drawing, like, little scimitars ready. He's like, "We're gonna get those maps from you guys. Hand them over."
I'm all about this. I immediately stand up, draw my short bow, and loose it at him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attack and damage. Are you attacking the leader?
Yeah. Whoever stood up and said, "Maps, huh?"
Alright, it like flies across the table and like into his shoulder at the head of the table. He's like, "Ugh." Kill those
Oh,
fools.
gets him?
Bring me the maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits him. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. Knocking another arrow and getting ready.
Ooh, actually, let me. I gotta add. I gotta add Casimir to the finish.
Is Casimir the one that's sitting right next to me on the map?
Yes,
Okay.
he rolled not well. All right. Javid, it is your.
Uh, the hoodlums, and then draw an arrow and aim it at the mouthy one.
All right, so if you attempted to attack the mouthy one, you're like aiming across the table, across your allies, past his buddies, basically. So you would, he is going to have half cover, just so you know.
Well, wait, didn't you move?
I don't see your token. Your token is like on the other side of the table.
Can you move your token, Jim?
Well, I can try, but it keeps saying that I'm running into a wall.
I mean, all right, hold on. There is a wall at the table. The table will not allow you to step on the table. All right, see, there you move. You're still attacking like through his allies at that angle.
Where is Casimir?
Right behind you.
All right, so I am blocking.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Who are you shooting at?
Again, the leader of.
Okay. Your arrow flies right over the heads of the other two and like thunk into the top of his chest. He's like, ugh! Stop them from doing that! Kill those idiots! All right, Dimitar, Javid, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Dimitar, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the leader.
Alright, so he does have half cover from where you were standing. Just so you... Doesn't matter though, you still hit him. Go ahead and roll damage.
So I moved that good. So
Dimitar, did you roll damage? So your firebolt hits. You just need to roll damage. Alright. Alright. It just another quick strike against him and he like bats out the flames and he's like, what is going on? Alright. Bandit's turn, unless that's unless you would like to move.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I also want to call a favored foe on that guy.
All right, they kind of like move around the bar toward. Two of them flanking on either side of Onyx, and they are both going to attack you. Alright. Onyx, what's your armor class?
12.
Alright, they both hit you for 2 slashing damage, so 4 total slashing damage.
Got it.
The other 2 are going to go right there. Playing on the other side of Javid, and they're going to attack Javid. Javid, what's your armor?
15.
Alright. They both hit. You take a total of 10 slashing damage as they're just like twirling their little scimitars at you. The other one is going to move in toward Javid. So you hit. Alright, and the last one is going to hit Javid for 4 slashing damage.
Javid drops to the floor.
Alright. That is the end of their turn. Yeah. Alright, it is now the Thug's turn. He is going to move over and flank with Anna. He's going to make 1 attack against Onyx, and he's going to make 1 attack against Snow. The first one against Onyx is going to catch you with his mace for 8 bludgeoning damage.
And I'm unconscious.
Alright. The second strike is going to hit Snow for 8 bludgeoning damage. That is the end of his turn. It is Azrael's turn.
Okay, can I... yeah, okay, so I kind of jump over the table so that way I can flank with Demetari. And then I'm going to take out my sai and just stab him with it.
Where are you? I don't actually see your character token anymore.
I moved it over. I'm right behind Snow. So I'm flanking with Demetari. Oh shit, that should be with advantage. So it'd be
Alright.
20 to hit and then 9 damage, and then I'm gonna do an unarmed strike as my bonus action.
Who are you attacking?
The thing between me and Demetari.
I don't even know where your token is. I don't see it. Your token is under Demetari on my screen.
I thought Demetari was next to the leader. Am I wrong?
No, that's Onyx. Demetari's right there.
Demetari moved over here.
See, the Demetari had moved. Okay. Sorry, because I was trying to flank. I flank there.
Yes, that works.
Okay, so yeah, I'm hitting the thing in between us.
Alright, so the first attack connects and just like catches him right underneath his ribs, and he's like, ugh! And he just dies immediately.
Oh shit. Can I move and then do? Yeah, so I'm gonna. I will move. I can move up here, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So then I'll move up here, and then as my bonus action, I just hit him with my fist, the leader.
Okay. You would not be flanking from there because Onyx is unconscious.
Wait, I thought I was flexing with Demetari.
Oh, yes. No. Not
Wait,
currently.
where's Demetari then?
Right
Okay, so I was where you are, Azrael. Someone else moved my token. My token is now on top of Onyx's unconscious body. So this is where I was, and like that's where I was. So you were right to have been flanking me where you are right now.
Alright.
Why does her character keep moving?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm moving it to be just to the right of the leader, and it keeps shifting to where Onyx is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. Maybe
Okay,
I won't use the live maps anymore. It seems to have a lot of internet issues, I think.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move up to the leader, and I hit him
Okay.
with the 24 for an unarmed strike, doing 6 damage.
So he's looking fairly injured. He's like bleeding and bloody. He's got arrows sticking out of him that he hasn't removed. He's like, ugh, the maps, get the maps.
And then
How's
I'm
it
just gonna say, idiot. And then that's the end of my turn.
Briar, it's true.
What did it say? I just wanted to eat a meal with my friends. And it rage. Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to remember where the little rage button is. I don't know, man.
Well, I don't think you have to push the button to rage, right? I think you
Well,
just.
there's like, Lindell was showing me this cool thing where it's like, if you go somewhere, you can. Haha. Hang on. It is. Oop. Okay. So then, I'm going to. I think I can see the bad guys. So there's like 3 bad guys right in front of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there somebody standing right next to me, to my right?
That's me unconscious on the
Yeah,
ground.
there's a passed out Onyx right there.
Okay. And then the boss is right next to him.
Correct. So if you step over his body, you can attack.
Okay, I'll do that. Can I share the same space with him since I'm not tiny?
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
I'm small. Okay. And then let's see. And I'm gonna whack him real good with my battle axe. Oop.
Go ahead and roll the hit and the damage.
Well, I don't think it's sent. I don't know. Let's see. Is it not showing up? Okay.
It's not.
Hang on.
Alright, I see
Sure,
an
okay.
8.
Okay, and then damage.
That would not hit, unfortunately. He's just a little bit too quick on his feet. Like, you leap over Onyx and cut through the air, and he just like parries it to one side with the mace. And he points again at Casimir. He's like, "You idiots! Figure out where those maps are." All right. Is that the end of your turn, Briar? I lost you guys again. What'd you guys last hear me say?
That the lead guy was too slippery.
Yeah, a little too slippery. He points at Casimir and kind of get the map from him. Figure out where the maps are. All right, Amber, is that the end of your turn? All right, Amber, is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Finally, at this point, the other like bar members begin to like move kind of off to the sides, away from your part. They're like, they're freaking out, basically running away. Casimir, kind of seeing the unconscious members of your party, he's, "Oh, I need to protect the maps," and he like disengages from the and starts bolting up the stairs towards. The leader's like, "Don't let him get away." Onyx, I need you to, give me a death saving throw. That is a pass. All right.
Yeah, Liam, you're frozen again, if you can hear us.
We now can't hear you. You're like, I can see your lips moving, but
Can you hear me now?
yes.
All right. Snow of the Mountains.
Chris?
Sorry, Mike was down. I'm gonna drop my bow, draw my sword, and attack the leader.
All right. That. And with that, you just like dropping your bow, plant the blade into his chest, and he, could have made so much money. And he just like collapses, slumping over in front of.
As he collapses, I say, "We will."
All right. Is that the end of your turn, or would you like to move?
So we're still all pretty much exactly as we are currently, right?
Yep. Just kind of clumped up over there in the corner. There's 4 bandits left.
Got it. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my current position. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because stabilizing Onyx would be a
It is a full action.
actual action. Yeah. Right. Never mind.
Javid, I need you to make a death saving throw.
How do I do that in D&D Beyond? I see the death saves, and it lets me manage, but
There should be a button to roll.
No, just roll a standard d20.
It's under health. There should be, but it doesn't matter.
I believe once your character goes to 0 hit points in D&D Beyond, it starts telling you can roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to click the dice in between the successes and failures.
Yeah, there's a little D&D Beyond symbol, and you can roll a...
Alright. Well, is that a fail though? Because I see a 2.
That
oh,
is
wait, no.
a failure,
Okay.
unfortunately.
okay, I see the one you're talking about. All right.
Demetari, it is your turn.
Dimitari's gonna hold her action because she's assuming that these guys are gonna start following Casimir, up the stairs. So what I'd like to do is basically once, because I'm assuming they'll try to go in a group. Once 1 or 2 of them start going up the stairs, I'm gonna cast Burning Hands, making sure that I'm not going to hit Casimir or party members.
I will just tell you, you might want to move. If you cast Burning Hands from where you are in the corner, you will hit Azrael and Briar Amberwing, because that's like a cone, right? I think it's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, but it comes from self, so it should go to a certain angle that I would want it to go.
I mean, just where you are right now, we can...
What she's saying is, if they take off and move into that space right there, that's when she'll loose the spell.
I mean, you can see, I've just drawn a little cone from you. That's the squares that you can hit.
I think she was saying she was gonna wait until they moved into like the cone area.
I mean,
So, like-
if they're following Casimir, they're not going to move into the cone from where she is currently.
I thought that's a 15-foot cone.
No, he's got it drawn at the backspace.
Oh, I see your character is all the way in the corner.
No, her character's in front of that.
Is your character right there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't see.
So am I good, or should I move?
That's probably a good spot.
Okay, so that's what I'm doing, and then that's it for me.
All right. Well,
the bandits. It's the bandits go, and then Azrael, and then Briar.
Okay, got it.
So if you go into the forge, there's the chat bubble, and the next one over is a fist, and it shows you the initiative order.
Alright.
Welcome back.
Yeah, obviously, apparently. Alright, so... Alright, we're not doing these live maps anymore. This is just a nightmare. My thing crashes like every minute.
Is there any way for somebody else to kind of like host it, but you run it?
I'm not hosting it. It's hosted on a server. But my internet is so bad that it's like uploading it, whatever, to my computer, and it's crashing my internet. It's probably also that I'm also streaming and recording and doing all those other.
Did you have this issue before?
No, because we were on Roll20, and Roll20 is really low band.
Also, isn't
we
like
also
you probably
weren't
have roommates that are playing games too?
Yeah,
so
we
that
also
probably-
weren't streaming before.
Well, we should have our desktop built in the next couple of weeks, so if you need us to do the streaming side of the house, we could do that.
That would be good, because it's kind of a hassle to run. Alright.
Might be able to alleviate some of it.
The bandits start turning, bolting away from you guys into the cone that you had selected, Demetari. So if you want to go ahead and roll your burning hand. That is that's a save, correct? I believe a dex save.
Yeah, 15.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, okay. I did, but I guess it didn't transfer. Let me do this again.
You just need to roll it once. The 11s.
My bad. Sometimes it makes a noise and sometimes it doesn't, so I'm never sure if it actually loaded.
Alright. You just let out this gout of flame. 3 of the bandits that are like right in your path where you had like lined it up. It just burns them and they're like, ah, like screaming, and they just collapse. The last remaining bandit elects to not participate any further.
Smart man.
And he starts running towards the door.
Do I get an attack of opportunity? or
You
no?
sure would get an attack of opportunity.
I would like to do that. Alright.
And Briar would get one as well, right?
Well, Briar is taking one. Azrael's about to go.
And
hit.
would I?
You will get one here, and depending on how hard Briar hits him, and then Azrael is gonna
Did the
get one.
damage go through to you?
I didn't see the damage.
Okay.
Is he beelining for the door?
Yeah, running straight for the door.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna make me crazy.
Well, actually, I think he's...
It looks like right now he's standing on Demetari.
Alright.
I don't think he can do that.
He would not be able to do that. He's going to run the other way. Demetari still shows in the corner.
I don't know why that's
He's
not
running the
standing.
opposite way.
I see it. Yeah, I
So is
definitely
he
see
running
it.
this
It says
way?
5 in the game log. I don't know why
He's
it's
running
not
that way.
sending. Actually, yeah. No, your first one was 8. Or, I mean 6. And then I don't know why it's not sending here.
Alright, you hit him for 6 damage.
Hey,
He's still standing. If barely. And he's going to just take off in that. Over there.
right.
Actually, he's dashing. Don't get paid enough for this! Run. That's real.
Alright, given that the other ones didn't break off chase, I'm gonna go after the ones that didn't.
They're all
so I'm
dead.
gonna-
He's literally
Wait.
the last one.
Oh, he's literally
She
the last one?
incinerated 3 of them.
Oh, I see, I see, I see. Yeah, I think I'll just let him run off. I'm gonna just go and, actually... we're still in combat, right? Or initiative order?
Technically, so Onyx and Javid are still making death saving throws.
That's right, okay. So I'm gonna go up to Javid and use my healer's kit to stabilize him.
Alright. Produce your healer's kit and stabilize him. Javid, you're no longer making death saving throws.
Yay!
And then that's an action in and of itself, so I think that's all I can do at this point, so.
Alright. Briar, it is your turn.
Yeah, I don't think I can really reach him at this point. So, yeah, I'll just do nothing.
Alright. So Onyx is right next to you, and he is making death saving throws. You could do medicine to try to stabilize.
Yeah, I can't really see anybody, but sure, I'll do that. Medicine.
I found that I could see people after I left the scene and reloaded.
Well, there's no harm in trying.
Yeah, refreshing the page apparently just fixed it for me. I see where Demetari is supposed to be now. It's annoying. Alright. I believe that an 18 stabilizes Anna.
So now that you know where I am, did I ever have an opportunity to attack?
No, you would have been too far away from him. He was right there outside of... also would have been outside of Azrael's reach.
Oh, hey, there's everybody. Nice.
Alright. So if you guys are not pursuing the last bandit...
I'm gonna
this-
pursue him.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I would
pursue?
like to pursue and try to grapple him with my immense strength.
Alright. Casimir is gonna run up the stairs. Snow, it is your turn.
Alright, I am going to snatch up my bow and chase after him. And
Actually, you can get
with-
all the way to him, just so you know. He's literally 60 feet away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna chase him down. I'm gonna try to grapple him.
Alright, so you'd have to use your, whatever it is, the Tabaxi
Feline agility,
feline agility.
I think it is.
Alright.
My feline agility. Yeah, it's not letting me do it.
Okay. Oh, so you're trying to grapple him? You're not gonna just attack him.
Yeah.
He looks pretty hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him down. Get my claws ready.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it.
Strength, or would it be like?
That is an athletics check. You grab him and just tackle him to the floor. He's like, his head goes into it. He's like, ah! Oh, please let me go. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'm gonna extend one of my claws and put it to his throat and don't move.
I won't. I promise. All right. We will go ahead. So we're out of initiative. This is where we will pause. We'll take a little break. Be back in like 5. Yeah. So, the last of the bandits dealt with Snow tackling the final one, putting his claw to his throat, holding him down. Casimir kind of like bolts upstairs and like runs along towards his room. What are the rest of you guys doing? So Onyx and Javid are unconscious but stable.
I'm gonna lay on the ground to sleep.
Not dead
Alright.
yet.
I'm gonna follow Kashmir.
Alright, you head upstairs behind Casimir and he like heads over to his room and slams the door pretty much. You like round the corner and the door's shut. You
Adele
can
says
hear-
you're streaming on the personal channel.
God damn it. No, I'm not. Am I?
That's what he says.
I'm gonna try and salvage my dinner.
I still wanted to go to the last thug and check in to make sure that Snow has him secure.
Alright, you run over to the thug and grab him. Make sure he's holding him down. The thug is like, just kind of like pinned in one spot. He's not moving. Don't kill.
Why did your leader want these maps so badly?
It's just money.
From where?
Anyone who'd buy it. Please don't hurt me.
Why does one need these sorts of maps?
Please let me go. I didn't do anything wrong, really. I was just doing what he said.
How noble for a sheep.
Not wrong to him, maybe.
Alright, Azriel, you're standing outside of Casimir's room, and he has shut the door in your face.
Before, could I have like tried to stop him from shutting the door?
Sure, give me an athletics check. This would be probably pretty easy.
It's gonna be a hard no.
So I asked if I could try to use acrobatics to try to slip inside before he
Sure.
closed the door.
Yeah, go for it.
Are you okay? Are you injured? You want us to accompany you to the Underdark? You're fine. We'll meet in the morning. I need to make sure, or I need to check on my companions. Would you like someone in here for the night?
Maybe. I don't know. Check back in a little while and we'll figure it out.
Alright, she nods and then leaves.
Alright, kind of shuts the door behind you. You hear, like, the lock clicks.
And then she'll walk back downstairs to make sure no one's dead.
Alright. Snow and Demetari, you two are over the captured bandit. What are you guys doing with him? You're like in the kitchen, basically, where you've tackled him. The chef in there is just kind of like leaning over the counter, looking at you guys, and like half-heartedly like chopping. He hasn't really stopped, but he's not really doing a good job.
I'm gonna keep. Sorry, go ahead. I'm gonna, with my hand on his throat, starts like patting down his pockets.
Please, I don't have anything of value. And kind of turning out his pockets, you find he's got about like 10, 15 gold in there.
Nothing of value, huh?
Please.
I'll take this for my trouble.
I need that.
For what?
I don't have
What are you
anything.
gonna leave us with?
I don't know. Whatever the boss
Death?
said.
I'll slip one gold piece back in his pocket, and that should see you to your next place.
Can I go?
That has yet to be seen.
No. Alright, Azrael, you kind of come down the stairs, and you can see Briar is standing where Javid and Onyx are kind of unconscious by the table. There's just like dead, like charred bandit corpses around the room. Like all of the other tavern people are just kind of watching you guys. They haven't like run off or anything, but they're just like cautiously walking. The barkeep's behind the counter, comes over to one side and towards Briar. He's like, "Hey, are you guys gonna clean that up?"
Eventually.
Right. Did I hear this?
Yeah, you can hear that. What was that, Briar?
Hand the gold and say, that should cover it. More wine.
You should make the still alive bandit clean up all the dead bodies of his friends.
The barkeep kind of pockets the money you hand him. He's like, "Sounds good to me." And he turns back and he starts filling up some more ale. The other people are kind of like starting to get back to normal. Like, this isn't this isn't anything crazy to them. You know, there was a bar fight and some people got hurt, and they're like, shame. The 2 bards in the corps that were playing earlier kind of pick back up.
Keep going when he freezes up like this.
I sure hope so
don't
because
know.
his face is comical every time.
Oh, really?
He's just like,
It's driving me crazy, dude. The internet at our house is apparently so bad. Like, I'm not even doing anything that crazy, and it just freezes like every 3 minutes.
Apparently the stream is very inconsistent. Every time you freeze, the stream freezes.
Yeah, that's what I would expect. The recording keeps going though, so if he watches it tomorrow, he'll see all of you frozen and me just like every time.
So we get a nice private aside every time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, once we get our desktop set up, we can see if we can't facilitate the streaming, ease up on your internet a little bit.
Yeah, it's really messing with it. I mean, we had bad internet to begin with, and I guess I'm taxing it too much. All right. So what are you guys doing? You've turned over some gold to the barkeep, and you are apparently setting the remaining bandit about cleaning his friends up.
Facts. Also, we're gonna check all the pockets of his dead friends and see what we find.
Go ahead and give me some investigation checks. Whoever's doing these looting.
I'm finishing my damn dinner that I took so long to make.
All right.
Also, you said 10 to 15. How much gold did I actually find on the alive one?
I think I said 15.
Okay.
All right. Running through their pockets and kind of touring everything out, you find about 30 gold pieces between all of them, mostly on the lead, and a few kind of scimitars. The leader has had some like nicer stuff, and then about 3 days worth of rations between them.
So is that including the gold I found, or is that
Not including that's extra.
Okay.
I asked the barkeep if they have seen, like, if these guys were regulars there.
Nah, these are new folks traveling in from out of town. I'm not sure who they were. Doesn't matter now, I guess.
I turn to the remaining guy and say, looks like nobody's gonna be missing you around these parts.
Oh, please don't hurt me. I promise not to do anything else to you. You'll never see me again if you let me go.
Yeah, you didn't give us much information either, so doesn't seem like you're worth much.
What do you want to
Dead
know?
or
I'll tell
alive.
you anything.
I'm assuming your boss here in the tavern today was not the primary one you report to. What's the name of that guy?
He is the primary one we work for. His name's Lath, or was Lath, I guess. We were traveling looking for work. We came from Phycaron. We were fleeing from the soldiers from Austrinia. Not a lot of work now with them taking over.
Would I know anything about what he's talking about?
Yeah, you would. So, Phycaron is one of the big, like, human cities to the east. And it's recently been occupied by the military forces from Austrinium. They're setting it up as a, like, occupied. They have, like, a Vichy government now that they're installing. That kind of stuff. A lot of refugees are, like, running away from them, heading south and west. Newt Abbey, Carathis are getting a lot of people. Tidesgate getting a lot of people.
Sounds like you've lost your home then?
Yeah, pretty much. Don't have anywhere else to go.
What did you do for work when you were there?
Just hired muscle. I guarded caravans a couple times with the rest of these.
Oh, I turn to all the party members because I assume we're all together, and say, listen, I'm cool with letting this guy go. I don't see him trying to continue this line of work with his boss dead, but you know, if anyone else has any ideas.
I've sat down next to Briar with a glass of wine, and I'm just kind of shrug at this point. I'm just like, eh.
I'm gonna
I feel
look
like
at the
it's
guy and
easy.
say,
He's
well,
cleaned up everything. He's probably fine.
I'm gonna look at him and say, well, he knows we have maps, so it's fairly dangerous to leave him alive. My vote is we kill him.
Oh, don't, please.
Outside,
I'll,
of course.
I'll be a deckhand. I'll never pick up a sword ever again. Or a longshoreman or something, anything.
Hey, barkeep, you need an extra hand? It seems like he's pretty indebted to you, considering all this damage that I believe his friends caused.
You make a fair point. I guess I could use somebody who's doing some work around here for free. Room and board, that's it. Oh, yes, anything. Just, don't let them hurt me, please. And the barkeep's kind of like, sounds fair to me.
And everyone here in this tavern saw what you did, so I assume if a mistake like this happens again, you might not get such a lucky second chance.
I promise I'll never do anything like this ever.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
take
get like
weapons
in
on
his
him.
face and stare in his eyes and like, better not.
Alright. I won't.
Yeah, so if he's got weapons, I'm gonna confiscate those.
He had a scimitar, but he dropped it when you tackled.
Alright, I guess I'll go run pick that up then.
I'm gonna. How much did you say we found? 30? 30 gold
At
pieces?
this point, it would have been about 45.
Bad at math.
Yep. Alright. So, are you letting go of the bandit?
I'm gonna tense my paw for a second, but then I'm gonna let him go.
Alright. He kind of like scurries away from you on all fours and like runs behind the bar. The barkeep just kind of like holds out a broom towards him, and he just like sheepishly takes it and then like heads back out and is like dragging his compatriots' bodies into the back. Just like kind of like crying a little bit.
Barkeep, you got change for some of this gold?
Oh, I could definitely break that. I'll keep the liquor flowing. Don't worry.
There's a party ledger. If you go next to the suitcase, the little journal thing, there's a party ledger so we can keep track of gold and stuff.
Wait, what?
So, okay, so if you go to there's like the bubbles, the fist, the people, the suitcase, and then there's something that looks like a journal. If you click that, there's a party treasure ledger, and in there we can keep track of gold.
I can't see
do
anything on
not
the.
see that.
Yeah, there's
No.
nothing in here for us.
I was
Journal
gonna
entries are
say
blank.
that after the bartender broke it, we each get 7.5. So 7 gold, 5 silver.
That works for me for now. Were you referencing the suitcase or the journal?
The journal.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, I
getting
don't
anything
see
either.
anything.
It's not shared to everybody. It's just your personal journal entry.
Oh, is there a way that you can change the permissions? Because I don't think I can change them.
All players should have access to it.
Yeah, I can see it now. I did go ahead and get
Awesome.
the
Ah,
7.5
yeah.
gold though, so.
Yeah.
All right. So the bandit is like cleaning up the floor. The rest of them, members of the tavern, have gotten back to their drinks and their merriment and singing and a little bit of dancing. What are the rest of you guys doing? So Onyx and Javid, these guys are kind of passed out. In about an hour, you guys will get some hit points back. At which point, I'll probably say that we've completed another short rest. What else are you guys
Anyone
doing?
want to help me drag these guys up to their rooms?
They'll wake.
Is that where you're dragging them up to the rooms to like rest in beds?
Better passed out in bed than in the middle of the tavern.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit at the table, finish dinner, drink wine, read my poetry book. You know, just enjoy the lovely evening. After I finish the wine, I might go check on Casimir again.
All right.
I'm finally eating the dinner that Briar made, and boy is it good.
Thank you. And her sour mood is just gone.
All right. Snow, after you drag Onyx and Javid up to their beds, do you go back down?
Yes.
A few minutes later.
Hold
Snow...
on one second.
go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. So do we want to split up the? Because like I handed everybody gold. Do we want to track it that way for now, or do we want to post that in the ledger?
So the way I was thinking is we could, so the way, at least the way I did it on the last one we were doing it for us is 50 gold. So that would be like if you divide that wholly, it'd be 16, and then 16 times 3 gets you to 48. So then there's 2 gold that goes to the party. So it's split, and then anything that doesn't split evenly goes to the party fund for things like rooms and carts or whatever.
Bar tabs.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we that's how I was just doing it, just because that's how we did it last time. So I don't know. To me, it makes sense, but it's whatever you guys
Well,
want to do.
what if we split like whole gold pieces amongst the group, and then whatever's left over goes into the party fund? So we would have 3 gold pieces based on this encounter going into the party's fund.
Okay.
I mean, I think that might be easier. That way we can, you know, we each have our own funds so that we can buy things that we need to, but we still have that like group fund.
Yeah,
I think
that's what
rooms are kind of a little bit separate unless we all like split rooms.
I mean, it's whatever. I don't think we tracked gold too much for rooms and beer. I mean, it's like a couple of silver, gold, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. So based on that last one, party ledger gets 3 gold from that, and then we each got 7.
Okay, so I updated the party ledger.
Perfect. So if you already added it, you remove 5 gold or 5 silver. And then also, sorry, with that ledger that just popped up, it would pop up so that I could see it, but it is not under my journal.
So can you edit it? Like, do you have the little pen to edit it?
So I saw it for a minute, and then I exited out of it, and now I can't see it anymore.
I'm also having the same problem.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. Yes, I see the pen to be able to edit. Oh, Maybe? I think it like freaks out if everyone tries to edit it because I like go to edit it and then it kicks me out. But I think we got it. I mean, I can see it under my journal now.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Well, I think it's good.
Yeah, I just refreshed. I can see everything.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything you all would like to do as the evening draws on?
Become
Grows late.
conscious.
All right. You and Javid regain 1 hit point an hour later. It has been about a short rest, but I don't know if you guys have hit dice. If you guys have hit dice you would like to spend, go ahead and spend it. Anyone who has any left?
And if you ate anything, I think you get.
And if you ate anything, you do get another D8 from the cooking.
What if I ate again?
I believe you would get another D8. Yep. It might be if you have to spend. Let me make sure.
You have to have a hit dice. You have to spend a hit die, right, to get it?
Yeah, you have to spend at least 1 hit die to also get the food point.
Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed and try to get some sleep before tomorrow comes.
All right. What are you guys all at in terms of hit?
2.
1.
I am golden.
Yeah, I got
1.
back up to 10 and I didn't take any damage the last fight.
Javid, you're not going to spend your last hit die?
Yeah.
So is there anyone down in the tavern still?
It's about midnight. And yeah, there are a few people down there. It's, a lot fewer. You've seen come kind of go out the door and vacate the premises, but there are maybe about 10, 15 people left.
Sorry, I meant party members. Like who went upstairs and who's downstairs?
In their room would be Javid and Onyx at an hour later around the midnight time. Snow came back down, so it would be probably you, Briar, Snow, and Azrael.
I pull out the scimitar and ask, hey, does anyone have use for this? I don't know this weapon very well.
I will stick with my own weapons, but it may be worth some good coin.
I'll ask others in our party before selling, but yeah, not a bad point.
Unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss, I believe I am going to turn in as well.
Alright.
I'll check on Casimir and then turn in.
As others might have overheard that there's something of value, I suggest we stand watch outside Casimir's door.
Okay.
Don't trust them not to have had others in on that attack.
Yeah, and they did kind of holler, "Get the maps!" over and over and over. So
Honestly, if they know which room he's in, maybe we should trade for extra precaution.
That's good. Put him in one of our rooms, and several of us occupy his room in case we can.
Right. And I still like your idea of us keeping watch.
Alright, I will show you guys the second floor. So you can see the room arrangement. Should be loading for all of you now. Alright, so down in the bottom left, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms. You guys have rented the top left room, the bottom right room, and then the bottommost room. And then Casimir's room is the bottom left room in that like kind of trio of doors over here.
Got to move over there.
Alright. So, Onyx and Javid are in the top left room.
Yeah, I'm just sleeping. I'm just gonna be passed out till the morning.
Alright, so for the rest of you, the other 5, what order would you guys like to stand watch in?
I'm not super. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not super injured, so I'll take second watch.
I want to pound on Casimir's door.
I can get by with 4-hour nap. So if someone who's fully healthy can take first watch, I'll take second. I'll take the rest of the night.
So it's about 7 or so hours until sunrise.
Right, so if I can get 4 hours for a light trance, I'll be tip-top shape and ready to cover the rest of the night.
Alright. So, who has first watch?
I do. I'm gonna post up.
I'm going to sleep.
Near the rooms.
Alright. I'll probably put you right there. Demetari, we'll put you over there. Alright, so we have Briar, Demetari, and then Javid until the end of the night. This is what I have.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Alright. Briar, Demetari, and Javid, I need all of you to roll perception checks for me. And then I'm going to have each of you roll a d20, just a straight d20.
You said everyone roll a d20?
Just those 3.
Can y'all see that die I rolled?
I see the perception.
Yeah, I see y'all's perception.
How are you guys doing the d20? Do you just do the custom roll?
Yep, just a custom d20, just a straight regular old d20 roll.
That's what I did. And it says send to everyone, and I did, and it just isn't going. I don't know why.
I'm doing
Ah.
the
I
rolls
see it.
like
You rolled a
that
19. I see it.
Okay, cool, cool.
from the at the bottom of the chat log, where you can put in a /r space number of dice. It's like on roll 20. It's /r rolls.
Well, she's rolling on D&D Beyond, so it's more just the D&D
Understood.
Beyond's not linking to the thing for her, which is weird.
okay, I still
But
see
we
it.
can see it in the game log, so it's fine.
Can you see my d20 roll?
Yep. You rolled a 12 and then a 5.
Yeah, that's right. It's just not popping up on Forge for me.
All right. The night draws on. The rest of you kind of finding your beds and falling into deep slumber after the hours of travel and fighting and battle and injuries that you've sustained.
Can I say Azrael does not go into a deep slumber? Anyone who's on watch would hear her screaming out, and just horrifying screams and rolling around, and it sounds horrific.
She has night terrors. It's pretty bad. It should be, adventure disqualifying, but apparently it's not.
Nope.
Can I tap on her door one time just to make sure she's cool?
She'll get up and open the door and just be like, "Yes,
You alone in there?
yes,
Everything okay?
yes."
Okay. Well, good night.
Night.
You guys also check on, I believe Briar said you want. You also check on Casimir, and he kind of opens the door. He's like half asleep by the time you get to him. He's like, yes, I'm still here. I checked on my stuff. Nothing was taken. Thank you for checking in on me. Appreciate it.
No problem. Get some sleep.
All right, I will. Good night. Thank you for watching out for me. Just the kind of thing I would expect. I'll have to put in a positive report with your organization. Good night. And shuts the door. Briar, your watch comes and goes. And Dimitar, it is your watch. Azrael, are you still screaming by the
Yep.
time she gets up? All right.
Periodically, it just, it's not like like a whole steady stream. It's just, every once in a while she'll just like scream out, and yeah, it's pretty much throughout the entire night.
As a Kalistar, I feel like this wouldn't be too terribly alarming, but if her door is unlocked, I am going to just like crack open to make sure she's good.
It is not unlocked.
All right, the door is locked.
It's probably fine.
When it comes to Javid's watch, he's heard this before, I think.
Probably.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
is still Dimitari's watch. Where are you standing specifically? Describe it in detail.
I don't like where this is going. Well, I expect to. So, he is in the first door coming up from the stairs. Is that right? Or
He is kind of in the back, actually.
oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I would expect that I am standing more. Let me move my token.
All right, so you're kind of like, you can see the whole central area, the stairs, and like a little bit of the downstairs, kind of like if you do just like a little bit, a couple steps forward, you can kind of see into the downstairs area. There's like one guy who's like sleeping on a bench. The bards are gone. Everyone's cleared out. You can see the bandit. He like comes out a little bit. He like sweeps some stuff into a thing. Looks up at you and he makes eye contact for like a second. And then he looks down and wanders off.
I want to make sure that down that little, there's no windows or anything that I can't see. Could
like
be
downstairs.
No, upstairs.
So there's a window at the back of the hall that you're standing. There are windows in his room facing out.
Okay, all right. Well,
but there's no other windows that you can't currently see.
Okay, then yeah, I'm happy right there. I'm mostly focusing on the stairs. I feel like I would hear someone come through the window. So.
All right. You notice the lights seem to dim downstairs. The dimness grows, passes up the steps of the stairs to the top. There's just a shadow along the wall. Passes over one of the candles and it kind of dims and like just turns into an orange glow for a second. The shadow passes over it and then it flutters back to life. The shadow passes again across the far wall, dimming another candle. Passes over the fireplace, dims it. It just turns to embers and coals before flaring back up again. The shadow passes across the floor towards you. Grows closer and closer. It's large. It's about 8 or 9 feet long.
I immediately alert people nearby, our party members, and definitely am getting, gosh, I always forget his name, Casimir out of bed, or like at least.
So, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Everyone?
We'll do everyone. She's gonna spend her action getting everyone up.
And how long has passed?
It's been about 3.5 hours ish.
I thought you said 2 watches had passed for 4 hours each.
The watches are not 4 hours each. I think we said that it was going to be 2 hours for Briar, 2 hours for Demetari, and then Javid was going to take the last 3 or so to the morning.
Yeah, I thought it was like 2 hours for each watch.
Yeah, so we're at the end of Demetari's watch. So I'll say for at least Javid and Onyx, it's been about 4 hours since you rested.
So not enough time for a long rest.
Not a long rest.
Well, for Javid, it might be, right? Because has the trance.
Does he only need to rest for 4 hours?
4, yeah.
4 hours, yeah.
The trance, so the way it works for elves is they get a full long rest after their trance, which is 4 hours.
Well, I guess conveniently enough for Javid, it has been a long rest, if that is how that works. I actually need to...
I know that because I looked it up for Ziliana.
Yeah.
Okay. I will just check.
Must be fucking nice.
Yeah, elves are... elves are interesting.
Okay, yeah. So you only needed to meditate for 4 hours and you gain a long rest. Very convenient. Must be nice.
Oh yeah, it is.
Alright, I need... Who's missing? Javid is missing on the initiative tracker. Just so you can see where it is, Dimitar, where I'm pinging the map is about where the shadow is.
Thank you.
Alright.
Forge kicked me out, so I'm having to rejoin the game.
Got it.
halfway be a healer in a couple levels, but not at this point. All I can do is stabilize.
Thought we had a necromancer. Isn't it essentially the same thing?
No.
I can heal me. I think there's a spell I can get later that offers some healing. I don't remember what it is, but so I think it's a little higher level, but I honestly have no idea.
Next level. So I don't know if wizards have healing spells. Maybe you might have like one or two, but next level I'm gonna dip one only dip, not going any more than that, into cleric for there's some role playing reasons why, but it'll give me access to cure wounds. But it's not gonna be very good because it's just I'm only gonna have like 2 spell slots for pretty much ever, so.
All right.
But I think though, doesn't the ranger have access to cure wounds?
They have good berries, I believe, that they can do.
That's
All right.
druid.
So
Oh, dang.
we are in combat. This would Onyx, Azrael, Snow, and Briar. You guys would have the surprise condition for this round. Javid, you would not, because you do have the alert feat. So you can hear Demetari immediately start to make sounds. Just like even the slightest thing like alerts you from your trance, and you're awake. So it is your turn. You can go for it.
All right, I will rush out into the hall here. You know what? I think we'll rush to the end of the hall and see what the heck's going on.
You can see a large shadow creeping across the floor towards your position.
Begone, shadow! I banish thee.
Is that your...
I will hold an action to strike at it if it
Okay.
approaches us.
What are you attacking it with?
Short sword.
Okay. Demetari, it is your turn. So I'll say you're spending your free action to kind of shout and wake everyone up. What would you like to do for your action?
I can see a definite shadow, right? It's not. Like, is it a shadow against the wall? Is it a shadow in the middle of the floor?
It's a
Like,
shadow in the middle of the floor. At first, it was probably tough to tell what it was. It was like something passing in front of the light, but just the way that it crept across the wall and extinguished the lights as it passed over them, it is very obviously something coming towards you.
I'm going to attempt to cast Chill Touch on it.
That hits. That's necrotic damage.
Yeah.
It seems to have no effect on the creature as it draws closer.
That's it for my turn.
Okay. The shadow coalesces into one kind of like large, about 8 foot tall thing with 2 large arms and like this vaguely humanoid shape. And it just kind of glides towards the two. Gets in range.
As soon as it steps into melee, I will strike it.
Alright. The two of you, as soon as it gets close, within about 5 feet of you, you feel like the air is cold, and it's like almost sucking the heat right out of you.
What's it sucking?
The heat right out. Nothing untoward, I promise.
Does the 23 hit?
23 definitely. It isn't super hard to hit.
Does
All
it
right.
seem that the damage is commensurate with my expectation?
You like cleave through it, and it like knocks away some of the like dirt, but it doesn't seem to hurt it quite as much as you would have hoped.
All right, well, that was my reaction.
It reaches its like arm and hand towards you, Dimitar, and it like punches into your chest, and you just feel cold and weak. You take 6 necrotic damage as it like draws back and like pulls the life out of it. Additionally,
Ow.
your strength is reduced by 3. Alright, Azrael, you've heard screaming and shouting from the hall.
Alright, I'm gonna jump up out of bed, and then run out the door. It is locked, but I'm guessing it's like a little lock knob thing.
Yeah, I'd say it's a free
So-
action for you to open it from the inside. Pretty simple.
Oh, okay. And then as I run out the door, so that's 20 feet of movement, do I now see the shadow
Yeah.
and Javid and all
You
of
can
that?
see it like looming over him. It's like readying another strike to punch into him.
Okay, oh, I was gonna see if I have enough movement. I have 15 left. I can't get over. Okay, so I'm just gonna take one of my throwing knives because you know she sleeps pretty much in her battle gear, so it's already on her. So she'll take one of her throwing knives and just try to throw it and see what it does to the shadow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. That, you whip it towards the creature, and you see this like space opens up in its chest. Your knife passes harmlessly through it and clatters on the floor behind it. The like head kind of looks up at you. There's no eyes, but you can just tell that it is looking right at you.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to. Yep, I have enough just to get to Casimir's door, so I'm just gonna run and stand in front of Casimir's door.
Okay.
And then that's the end of my turn.
Javid, it is your turn. You can feel the like heat being drawn out. It is like almost like hurting you. Your skin is starting to like blister.
We must destroy this thing quickly. Be gone, you foul shadow. I will strike at it again.
Okay.
Ineffectually.
Yeah, you kind of like, as it's like bearing down on you, you like kind of cut at it like half-heartedly almost. Like the air around you is getting cold. Alright. Is that the end of your turn? Would you like to move away from
Still think we gotta try to block here. I can do a bonus action with my second weapon, yes?
if you're holding it in your other hand and it's a light weapon, yes?
You don't get to add your
Right.
proficiency bonus though to the
I
attack.
think it's
Right.
Or
I think it's
Or
you
not
don't
your
add your
not your proficient. The other one, the bonus, whatever it is.
correct. You don't get the
dexterity
bonus
or-
damage, whatever it is, dex or strength.
Yeah, so it'd just be like +2 to the attack.
I don't think it affects the attack. I think it's just the damage.
No, it says you don't add your ability modifier to the damage. Oh, okay. Of the build. Oh, yeah, okay, so it's just the damage.
Yeah. So you make the attack as regular. You just are gonna not add your strength modifier to the damage if you attack with that.
No, I don't know how to tell it not
We'll
to
just
do that.
we'll just subtract it. We just know what it is. All right, so that does hit. So it'd be 4 plus, I believe, 2 for you.
Strength is +2, yeah.
Or no, so it would just be the 4. So your dexterity, you're attacking with dexterity, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it would just be the 4 that it, which it does, but it doesn't seem to do very much. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
It is.
All right. The like cold begins to like cut you deeply, and you take 7 necrotic damage as it's like decaying your body in front of the creature. All right. Dimitari, it is your turn.
Okay, so I am going to cast Magic Missile.
All right.
So when I'm casting this one, do I need to click for each missile? I'm assuming it's not gonna do it automatically.
Yeah, I think it only rolled 1 missile. How many missiles do you get? 3?
3. Yeah.
So that is 11 damage.
Yep. And then I am going to Misty Step the fuck out of there.
All right. The colds and like decaying aura of the creature, as soon as you away, you can feel it fade. It is no longer affecting. Do not see where your character jumped to. Oh, there you go. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I was having to do some math.
So you do
Yeah.
still have your movement if you want to move to a more advantageous position now that you wouldn't provoke an opportunity attack.
That, like, it looks like a picnic table that's in between me and the shadow. Is that gonna
Yep.
be a problem if I get...
No, it's like kind of low to the ground. It's not cover for anybody.
Oh, okay. Alright.
You're shooting right over it. Never fear.
Okay, I'm just winging it. That's where I want to be, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Briar, it is your turn. You've awoken to the sounds of combat.
Where's my room? I'm kind of still in the hallway. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, you
so
have it
the
open.
initial. Oh, okay. So the initial fumble, wake up, grab my
Actually-
stuff. Okay.
Just for
And, Liam, I was gonna ask you, did it look like I dealt any damage
Oh yeah,
at
you
all?
heard it. A lot more than the other attacks that you guys have done so far. Those like punched right into it. Took out like big chunks of like this like black mist.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
So after the initial like fumble, everybody screaming, "Oh god!" I'm gonna run out into the hallway. Oh, hang on. It's the door.
You should be able to just
Right over
click on it and it'll open up.
Just to your left. There's a little door symbol. Yep, you can open it.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna run out and have my axe at the ready. I'm gonna ask her, "Hey, what is going on?"
Shadow around corner.
Ah. Okay, so then I'm gonna continue out to around the corner. Oop. Right there-ish. And I'm going to throw my little axe at it, I think.
All right.
I can throw a hand axe, yeah?
Yeah. I'll say you can.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Boop.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
Alright. You just like expertly just pass it right over Javid's shoulder, and it hits the creature and like encounters like a little bit of resistance, and then falls to the ground.
Dang. Okay. Does it look like it hurt at all, or is he just kind of like bothered?
It's a little bit hurt, not affected by it very much.
Okay. And that'll be it.
All right. Onyx, it is your turn.
So I'm gonna get up out of bed and run outside to see what's going on. See Javid getting harried. And the only thing I have with enough range is I'm gonna try to hit it with a Ray of Frost.
Alright. So you do have technically half cover from Javid, like you're trying to shoot over his shoulder, but you hit it. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
It
One
just, like,
point of cold damage.
like hits the creature, and it just like barely slows it down as it is about to strike at Javid. Actually, it is going to, realizing that there is now a path to its target, kind of slides to one side and starts gliding down the hallway.
As it passes me, I will slash at it again.
Go ahead and roll for it. It is also... you would not get an opportunity attack on it, Briar, but it is technically flanking with you and Azrael. It is going to attack Azrael. That hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, that hits it pretty solid. You kind of like catch it in the side, and the creature kind of lets out like this like moaning sound as it just moves down the hallway silently. Azrael, you are standing in the way. It is going to try to hit. Your armor class?
18.
It just like punches towards you, and you duck to one side, and it just like this like gaseous fist explodes off the wall behind you. The creature is chuffed. That is the end of its turn. You and Briar can now feel this like cold, decaying aura enveloping the two of you.
Like chuffed in a good way or a bad way?
It's upset. It doesn't like that. Snow on the Mountain, it's your turn.
Alright, well, hearing all this commotion while I'm trying to sleep, I'm going to grab my bow and run out into the hall.
Alright. So from where you're standing currently, you can see a little bit of the shadow. It does have about 3/4 cover from you. Just based on the angle. You're like trying to shoot it from around the corner.
Got it. So what is that? Disadvantage?
I believe that gives it +5 to its AC.
Yeah.
Eef.
So you can move again if you have more movement speed and kind of like get down the hall towards it, and get rid of that. So you can move 5 more feet. So instead of moving where you were, you could have moved right there and then 5 more feet, and then it would just have half cover. There you go. Go ahead and roll for.
I'm working on it, sorry. Computer's been slow.
That does not hit. You like shoot through it as it's like stooping forward to get at Azrael, and it just dunk into the wall behind. Is that the end of your turn?
Bodies dragged to a crisp.
Yes.
Alright. Azrael, it is your turn. You are technically flanking with Briar.
Alright. Well, she's going to attack it.
That hits.
Yep. So she gets 1 with her sai, 1 with her hand, or an unarmed strike. And she just kind of just trying to beat into it.
Alright. Just like cutting and striking at it. You're hitting it, just not as well as you would like. The creature is still kind of beginning to lose its form, but it's just not enough, is what it feels.
Well, I'm not moving from the door, so
Alright.
my back is against the door. Well, I mean, I guess it'd be my side, but yeah, I'm staying where I am.
The decaying aura just like drains your life from you. You take 7 necrotic damage. And you do note that the creature seems to reform slightly when it does.
So does it look like, because she has a similar ability with her fang bite,
yeah, it's
is that what it
pretty
looks
similar.
like? Okay.
Yeah. Javid, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to rush up next to it and strike it boldly and with purpose.
Well, alright. Well, that hits.
And we'll go ahead and do a bonus 2-weapon strike.
So don't
That
forget,
could-
you are rolling with advantage, so go ahead and roll that again. You rolled a crit on the last one, and it wouldn't have affected it much, but go ahead and roll again. Okay, so that would hit. Roll damage. Alright. You step into the range and just like twirling and like jabbing with your short swords. You're like cleaving pieces of it away. But the aura has like drawn you in now, and you can feel it like starting to draw your health away.
I'm going to step back.
Alright. it is going to try to hit you. Well, it does hit you, but it did not roll well. You take 2 points of necrotic damage as like this like fist like twists around and catches you in the but you are going to... Your strength is reduced by 1 point. As it just like sucks the energy out of you. Demetari, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move first to try to see it.
Alright, so you can see it from there, but it does have about 3/4 cover. So unless you do something that requires just a save on its part, you're gonna... It has a +5 to its AC.
Liam, did you say it was a -2 on strength?
-1. It only rolled... It's a 1d4 and it rolled a... it was 2 points of necrotic damage, but it rolled a 1 on its reducing your strength.
Okay, I'm going to use Arcane Recovery so that I can cast Magic Missile again.
Alright, go for it.
It looks like 10 damage.
10 damage. 3 bolts just like shoot forward from your fingertips, striking. It is just like barely corporeal at this point. It is like just this like shimmering shadow in front of...
That ends my turn.
Alright. Briar, it is your turn.
Let's try to take advantage of his weakness and smash it. So I'm gonna try and hit it with my axe.
Alright. You do have advantage, so roll again. Unfortunately, that doesn't quite hit. You are trying to cut at it, and the creature seems to like shift and shimmer in front of you to the point where you're not quite sure exactly where it is as you swing.
Damn. Alright.
It is, you can feel it like draining the energy out of you is at the end of your turn. Would you like to stay standing there?
I'm gonna disengage.
Alright, so you don't need to disengage. You can just step back. It did use its reaction for Javid, so you'd be able to just step back.
Okay. Is this still draining?
No, you're good.
Oh, I want to interject for a second, if that's cool. I just read that it looks like with my Arcane Recovery, I needed to have done that right after a short rest. Obviously, just now did it, so unless you want to be nitpicky.
We'll leave it for now. Just, I guess, remember later. I did not know that. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, that would be Trey pointing that out. But we can, I guess, assume for now that I just recovered it during the last short rest, and I'll pay more attention next time.
Yes, so you would have gotten it back during the short rest. I don't know how many spell slots you have. I don't think it's 1. You definitely have more than that, so...
I get 2, but I only get to recover 1, so that's all I did. So shouldn't be a problem now. I just wanted to clarify.
Okay, so you haven't spent your Arcane Recovery, and you are just now... You've used both of the spell slots that you had from the last short rest. Alright, nope, works for me.
Okay, cool.
She basically retroactively used her Arcane Recovery, saying that on the last short rest she recovered the 1 spell slot that she used.
Yeah. Alright, sounds good. Onyx, it is your turn. The creature is near death.
1 step over, and I'm gonna hit him with another Ray of Frost.
Okay, so I will say that you did note that the Ray of Frost was not super effective last.
I'm not getting close to it.
Okay, well that hits. Roll damage.
Hell yeah.
You like freeze another section of it, and it just powers through it. What does Ray of Frost do actually? Does it give disadvantage on attack? Or that's just
Reduces movement speed by 10.
Okay. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's all I got.
All right. The shade is going to punch towards. Your AC is 18, correct?
That is correct.
All right. It punches into you, and you take 6 necrotic damage.
She's down.
All right. Additionally, keeps rolling ones. You reduce your strength by 1.
All right.
It is going to move towards the door and try to jingle the lock. It is trying to get inside. Snow of the mountain. Actually, it can fit through small spaces. You watch as it like shrinks down back into its like non-corporeal like sliding form and slides underneath the door. Snow, it's your turn.
Oh, hell no. So it's no longer in the hall, right?
Correct.
I feel like I didn't get a turn between the 2 hits.
It was you, and then Javid, Dibitari, Briar, Onyx.
Yeah, so no. So like I remember I was at full health. It hit me down to 3. I was thinking about doing my Fang bite on my next turn. I'm pretty sure I did not get a turn.
You attacked.
Between.
Used its decaying aura on, and then Javid.
Oh, so it wasn't its turn when it attacked me.
So the decaying aura is not its turn. That is if you end your turn within 5 feet of it. So that was how it hit you.
Okay.
All right. So it is.
So it is now in.
Yep. It's in the
Cosimir's room.
Yep.
I'm gonna do a precursory check on the door to see if it's locked. If it is, I'm gonna kick it open.
It is locked. Unfortunately, the door does not give. You like slam your foot into it, and it just like a little bit, and that's it.
All right. So that would count as an action, right?
Yeah, it would.
Somebody get over here and get this door open.
Azrael, it is your turn, so I need you to make a death saving throw.
Also, I'm gonna step back to free up the door.
All right. That is a fail. Death draws near. Javid, it is your turn.
I want to do a medicine check to see if I can stabilize Azrael.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it. She is definitely stabilized.
All right, and I'll say, all right, we've got to get to Casimir before the shade does. Get in that door. And I'll holler through the door, Casimir! Casimir, can you hear us?
There's no response. Dibitari, it is your turn.
Did I see the shade go in the door?
Yeah, you would have seen it disappear. Kind of just a little bit around the corner, but you can see it. You know it's gone in there.
Sorry, I am at a point where I have nothing I can really do here, so.
So, I have thief tools on me. Although I think Javi would know I have thief tools on me, so if someone wants to pick them up and try to use them.
I have thieves tools as well, but
Is there someone else having to do saving throws right now?
Nope. No one's making saving throws currently. Azrael is unconscious but stable.
And
You could get near the door and offer to do the help action, like ready the help action for anyone that tries to get in, whether it's kicking the door down or picking the lock. You could do that.
right, I didn't think that my speed, like my movement. I guess can I dash or because I think I already did 30 feet. Because I think if I dashed at
Yeah, you could get 1 square further, which is close enough, I guess.
Okay, up to you. So, yeah, if that's something you're cool with, then I'll just try to help them knock the door in.
Okay. All right, Briar, it is your turn. Door knocker extraordinaire.
I'm gonna knock that door real good. Alright, I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna try and break it down.
All right, so you do have advantage on your athletics check to knock it down.
Are we just gonna here's Johnny it?
Go for it.
Alright. Here we go. Oh wait, this one. And then I mean
You have advantage, so go ahead and roll again, just
There
so
we
you
go.
do higher.
okay.
Oh, same roll. All right. You just like
Is it adding the +2 for the rage?
it's adding 5 to your roll, so I don't know if that's correct.
Alright, let's see.
I think it
This
is.
2 + 4. It's in 1d10 + 4. So no, it's not adding the rage. The
Okay.
rage is supposed to be with strength checks and saving throws, not attacks, and then +2 to melee damage.
Just so
Alright.
when you roll damage, you'll add another 2.
Yeah. So roll damage.
Sure.
Okay. So another 2.
All right. That is enough 10 damage. You just like smash your battle axe into the door, and it just like cleaves down the middle. Like one of the hinges like falls away, revealing the inside. It's a dark, unlit room. Damn it! I lost connection here. All right. So your battle axe cleaves down the center of the door, just like splitting it in two. Both of the halves fall away, opening the room.
Okay. I'm gonna rush in.
All right. You move in. What you see as soon as you open the door is Casimir on the bed, kind of like half on, half off, lying there. The shadow is like partially formed by an open window. It's swung inside. There's like drapes kind of fluttering in the wind, and the shadow just kind of fades. You guys are no longer in initiative.
Shit.
Alright, so run in and check Casimir's vitals. Is he still alive? Breathing?
He is
Heartbeat?
very dead. Go ahead and give me a medicine check just to figure it out.
Can I fit out that window?
You could.
I'm gonna pop out the window and see if I can at least see where it went. I mean, I don't really have dark vision or anything, but
Go ahead and give me a perception check. It is with disadvantage.
Also, I would like to run up to the window and see if I could possibly catch it within 10 feet of me. I don't know if that's a thing.
Alright. Sure. Demetari, go ahead and give me a perception check as well. Just to see if you can spot it. Alright. Javid, as you inspect his body, you notice at his throat there's about a 3-inch wide cut in his neck. And that is all the wounds that he has. It's kind of like oozing blood down his body. Both of you looking out the window, you do not see anything. It is a dark, stormy night. Nothing to be seen. Looking back into the room, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna try to pull Azrael back into her room and get her set up in the bed.
Alright. In the room with Casimir's body, you can see his backpack in one corner, and it is like slashed open, strewn everywhere. There's books and scrolls tossed across the
I'm gonna look for the maps.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
After not seeing the shadow or the shade, I'm gonna go into his room as well.
Alright. You do not find the map. And as each of you is performing your various actions, kind of tending to Azrael, searching the room, looking outside, you suddenly blink and find yourselves in the rain, looking up at Obrix's Crystal Tavern, where you were some hours prior. And that's where we're going to stop for the week.
What the fuck?
some hours prior.
You telling me this is a dream?
Exactly where you had been standing before you went inside.
Are you telling me this is a dream?
It doesn't feel like a dream.
This entire
Are
campaign
we-
is just Groundhog Day.
Are we injured the same as...
Alright, so you guys, when we come back next week, you guys are going to be level 2. But your hit points are going to be reduced based on where you were when you started. So Azrael, you're going to be down 8 hit points from whatever full is for level 2. Onyx is down 6 hit points, and Snow is down 8.
The damage from this last battle, or damage from when we first showed up?
Damage from when you first showed up.
Oh my god.
It was either a dream, some type of test sequence to see how we would act.
Are we manual rolling hit points, or are we?
You can do average if you'd like.
Get a reading.
But go ahead and roll for it if you'd like.
I'll be taking average.
But yeah, so you guys are level 2.
Healing spells.
Hope you guys had fun.